You know what's funny? Because this happens a lot. When you go online and you see people who reach specific milestones in their careers, they're compared to Michael Jackson all the time. As you know, I am a Michael Jackson fanatic in a way. Love me some MJ. Me and him both Virgos. Oh, yeah, by the way, we both share a birthday on August 29th. So, yeah, next Tuesday is my birthday as well as the King of Pop. But Michael Jackson bias aside, it's just annoying in a way to just constantly hear people compare the feats of, Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Drake and whatnot to Michael Jackson. And look, the comparisons just need to stop. And I'm not even on the whole, oh, we need to stop pitting black people against each other and whatnot. No, it's not that. It's just in general, the comparisons really don't add up because of the different eras in which, the artist came to be. Like, don't get me wrong. Taylor Swift, I'm a fan, but I think I'm more so. Taylor Swift and Beyonce kind of fall into the same category for me. And hey, before the Beehive or the Swifties come at me like, how dare you compare the two? Hey, whoa, hold up, hold your horses. I'm talking about in terms of my interest in their music. Like I think I was a huge fan of Taylor Swift from her first album up until about 1989. I think when did Reputation come out? I think that came out after that. I think the Reputation era and everything after that kind of like the Lover album, there were some good tracks on that one. Cruel Summer, If I Were the Man, Lover, I'm not really a folk kind of person, like, in terms of folk music. So the couple albums she came out, like Folklore and whatnot, I wasn't feeling them. To this day, I have not listened to a single one of the Taylor's versions, basically where she goes and she re-records her albums because what's the name, Scooter wouldn't sell the masters to her or something like that. Kudos to her, for the business savviness there. But yeah, I just haven't listened to them. I like the raw original cuts myself. And the new album's Midnight, that has some great songs on there, Anti-Hero. But what I'm getting to the point is, I think Taylor Swift is amazing. The feats and the records that she has reached with her album sales, her current concert tour and whatnot, I think Taylor Swift is just killing the game right now. But I just don't see the comparison with Michael Jackson. And the same goes for Beyonce. Both are incredibly talented and successful, business savvy, kick-ass women in the field of music. And their accomplishments should not be scoffed at in the slightest. But it's just the fact that when you look at Beyonce or Drake or Taylor Swift, I don't think they have that universal appeal of a Michael Jackson. And I mean, people always say, at the Michael concerts, people would just faint and whatnot. And I'm not saying there aren't people that faint at these other shows, but I think nowadays it's like, look, times are too dang tough. I wish I would like faint at one of these concerts, spending thousands of dollars on a damn ticket. I'd be a fool to do that. But it's just one of those things where when I think about Taylor Swift or Beyonce, these artists write anthems and definitely female empowerment and stuff like that. But Michael was just universal in terms of Michael Jackson didn't have a target audience. Michael Jackson would put out something and the world would gravitate around him, wherever he went, people singing in different languages and all that stuff. It was that powerful. And that's not to say anything against, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, whoever doing world tours, but that Michael Jackson level of success, notoriety, the barriers that were broken down for the likes of, some of these big artists today and of yesteryear to even, put their foot on the stage was because of Michael and those that came before him. But you also look at the impact that social media has compared to the 70s and 80s and whatnot. you know, where people had to go out. I mean, even though we have record sales and whatnot, you can't even account for all the times radio play came into effect. There was no Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, MP3 players, iPhones, where you can just stream the music and whatnot, and people can put out a song and break a bunch of records in a matter of weeks. So it's an honor to be compared to the likes of Michael Jackson, but in terms of trying to say, oh, well, so-and-so has won more Billboard awards than Michael Jackson, or they have more Grammys than Michael Jackson, or, you know, something to that effect. I think what's missing nowadays is longevity. When you look at artists like Bruno Mars, and when he and Anderson .Paak came out with Silk Sonic, that's probably one of the few bodies of work in recent years that I said that's going to stand the test of time. Like 50, 60 years from now, people will still listen to Leave the Door Open, you know? And you compare that to like a lot of the disposable music that comes out. Like Drake is a genius of business because he is a master of writing songs and whatnot that are perfect for like the TikTok social media era. So yeah, when you think about the last like 3 Drake albums, they came out, they did some good numbers, but how many of those songs are you still listening to today? I'll wait. And I was laughing my ass off one time when they try to compare Harry Styles to Michael Jackson, and I'm like, that's just embarrassing. I feel like a lot of these media junkets do this kind of stuff just to get people talking, and it makes sense from a advertising sense to get numbers up, clicks and views, but in the long run it's just embarrassing because if you try to put some of these artists comparable to a Michael Jackson, they're just going to get squashed and nobody comes out of it looking good. But regardless, yeah, I think that the Michael comparisons are just ridiculous, and they are, even though they need to stop, it's never going to stop. It's just like when it comes to basketball, it's always going to be, oh, this person is greater than Michael Jordan, or this person is greater than, you know, this other, I'm not really a sports person, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just, no, there's no comparison here. These artists are amazing in their own right. Like, there's not another Beyonce. Taylor Swift is just doing her thing. And The Weeknd, you know, he's making big numbers too. Chris Brown. But, you know, it's just one of those things where Michael is just on another level. I mean, I don't really see a lot of people with iconic symbols like Michael's glove and whatnot, the fedora. I'm not, you know, saying Taylor Swift, she has different things that her fans, you know, try to emulate, but there's really not as much of a iconic sense to these artists like a Michael Jackson. But that's just my opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.